Welcome to Appalled, and we're about to discuss the Potomac finale. I'm going to cut right to it. The finale was boring. The only interesting parts to me were maybe like the last 15-20 minutes. That was really about it. I felt like with a lot of people's storylines, they just kind of piggyback off of the first episode. I don't recall Mia talking about her cancer since the first episode. Gizelle randomly now has a health scare of her own. It just wasn't interesting. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Karen and Wendy. No, Karen and Mia. Mia tells Karen what happened when Charisse was basically dragging her name through the mud. And Karen sat there and listened. And her response was, "Did you defend me?" Huh? This is how I interpreted that. Because low-key, I can see where Mia's coming from. If these women know you a lot longer than I do, and I done heard my own tea about you, not even from her, and I hear people saying things about you, to be honest, not saying anything and not defending you is not really, in my opinion, not a bad thing. Because I don't know if you did it or not. Someone like me who known Karen a year or two, can she really come and defend your character when she doesn't really even know you like that? I see what Karen is doing. Karen needs a storyline and Karen needs an enemy, because let's be real. Karen really should be thanking Charisse and Gizelle, because had it not been for that whole little thing they were trying to concoct, Karen wouldn't have no storyline this season. And to be honest, I don't think she even had one last season either. Karen really has become a background housewife. She's kind of sit on the side and make goofy little faces, but that's it. I feel like she should have used Charisse to her advantage. Okay, they want to bring her on. Okay, square up with her. Why do you feel like you're so above her and so beyond her? I don't want to give you time. I don't want to give you attention. I don't want you to come back on the show. Sweetie, you're not the EP. Because my real thing would be, or my real inclination would be, oh, Charisse really does have something on you, huh? Oh, Charisse must know something about your business, because you really seem like you don't want to go toe-to-toe with her for whatever reason. So, I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And with that situation, it just don't sit right with me. It's like you're always running from confrontation, always running from confrontation. Yeah, why don't you use this to leverage yourself being on the show? You're one of the faces. Engage. And if Charisse really is a non-factor, like you say she is, then it doesn't matter what she says, because the fans and the network will still favor you. Okay, moving on from that. Let's get into Ashley and Candiace. Ashley is such a one-trick pony at this point. We know that Ashley's going to show up and Ashley's going to start drama. That's it. That's literally her only purpose. At this point, I don't really care to hear about her divorce with Michael or anything with Michael, to be honest with you. Because it's either y'all both are playing this whole situation just for TV, or Ashley, you're making yourself look really dumb on television. Really dumb. And what gets me is Michael was married before. Michael is not stupid. So why are you acting stupid when it comes to all this stuff? I really hope that the Ashley we see on this show is a real character of her, because because you make yourself look really stupid. I'm just gonna say that out. You really was entertaining getting a house with him, an LLC and then just hoping in good faith that he's gonna let that be your house. Are you dumb? You see all the hell he put you through already and you think he's just gonna give you a house? Well, what's wrong with you? Like, that girl gets on my nerves. But watching her once again crumble, step on, demolish the boundary that Candiace gave her, which is like, Ashley, you just need a story, you just need a reason to have drama with somebody. And like, it's become so clear, like, it's not even natural either, because if you really are trying to be cool with Candiace, which you're not, you come into her event, you quote unquote support her, and then you go and you like basically attack her husband after she told you not to. All for what? Like, all for what? It's ridiculous. And it really just goes to show that this show is not about sisterhood. It's not about friendship. It's just about exposing other people. And it gets old. Like, I don't want to watch a show that every episode is about exposing someone's business. Like, can we have fun and laugh? Granted, Potomac was never the show that made me laugh. But can we have that? Like, is this show capable of being balanced? Nah. The whole back and forth between her and Chris, I understand where Chris is coming from. Like, you're not going to basically throw his name through the mud and think he's not supposed to say anything about it. That's crazy. And I feel like Ashley's justification is, well, everyone's talked about Michael, so why can't I talk about them? Sweetie, your husband was filmed doing a lot of the egregious behavior that you claim either doesn't exist or you forgot, Like, when the whole cast basically said, yo, we heard Michael say he wanted to bleep Juan. You just could not. Oh no, he would never say that. I can't see him saying that. Like, it's really good you're not an actress, because you're not a good one. Then it's like the video footage of him grabbing so-and-so's butt. What are you seeing? Like, what are you seeing? It's not money, because clearly you're not about to get any. So it's just sad. And Gizelle, her whole thing is like, oh, I want to talk to Chris too, but it's just like, you're another one just trying to drag this thing off for a storyline, and you keep saying he made you uncomfortable. But what did this man do? Like, what did he do? Y'all had a conversation in the room. If you were uncomfortable, why didn't you say something then? Furthermore, what did he do to make you feel uncomfortable? Because it just seems like you're going to run with this I was uncomfortable storyline just to make it seem like he did something to you, which is like disgusting. Sick and disgusting. I don't even want to address Juan and Robyn's wedding. But first of all, who was clapping? Like, I didn't see anyone in the audience but Robyn's mom and dad. And yet, when the preacher told Juan he could kiss Robyn, there was this applause. Where did it come from? I didn't see anybody up in there. So that was just strange to me. Furthermore, y'all didn't even get married in Jamaica. Because like you said, it didn't make sense. It would have been off. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would y'all get married the day after his brother is about to get married? That's tacky. Extremely tacky. Like, doesn't she work in PR or worked in PR? She must not have been there long. Must not have done a good job, because her skills were horrible. What else happened this episode? I'm mad I missed Watch What Happens Live, because I wanted to see Andy interrogate Robyn, if he was even going to do that. What else happened this episode? Oh yeah, Mia's lame. That's obvious. And like, you want to be cool with them so bad. Like, you really went and told Gizelle that Wendy was trying to get up on your stuff when it was really the opposite. And I respect the way Wendy, like, called her out in a playful manner. I was like, no, sweetie, you wanted me. Like, let's not get that construed. It's just like, Mia, you're never going to escape this lying thing. Because she went on Twitter talking about, oh, I'm not a liar. I'm getting tired of people calling me a liar. Stop lying. Why is there footage of you continuously lying, continuously changing your story all the time? But yet you don't want to be called a liar. Oh, okay. Got you. Karen. Karen and Charisse. I mean, it's old at this point. It's stale. Nothing really left to say about it. My girl Wendy was there. And I'm wondering, like, did they cut down on Wendy's scenes? Like, what is it? Because the last time we've seen Wendy, like, I wonder since the trip, were they purposely just not filming Wendy? She made the comment that this was the first time that she's seen Ashley since the trip. And I'm thinking, well, how long was it between Hawaii from, Candiace's party? Overall, I give this episode a C. It was watchable, but it just doesn't give anything. I mean, it's been given the same thing for like 3 seasons now. I mean, in my opinion, Potomac to me was never that great of a show. Like, it was watchable, but it was never like good. I remember giving the first season a couple watches, and I wasn't impressed with it. I didn't like Gizelle. Actually, I liked Gizelle more season 1 than the rest of the series. I liked Katie. I liked Ashley. They were interesting people to watch, mainly because Gizelle was messy, Katie was smart, articulate, and checking people, and Ashley was messy. Karen, really didn't, care for. But even after, with the addition of Monique, I watched that, and I thought that was corny, too. I was like, well, darn, Gizelle, you just hate this girl for no reason, off top. For no reason at all, you having beef with her. And the beef, to me, started what I just hated about this show, which is about, a bunch of women just hating off of each other for, no real good reason. Even Candiace coming in, and there's, some type of hazing situation. It just, these women never got any respect. If I was to compare it to Atlanta, when Candy came in, there was respect. When Cynthia and Phaedra came in, there was respect. Same thing with Kenya and Portia. There was respect given. And they all treated each other like adults for the most part. It wasn't no hazing thing. It's they actually were trying to get to know the new cast member to form a friendship, because that's what the show is about, a friendship. But Potomac just seems to be about enemies. There should be a master class on what kind of friends you should not have, or friend groups to avoid, and have Potomac be the entire case study. Because I would never want to be in a friend group where literally, they exist, but everyone just talks shit about each other and exposes everybody. No one really lifts each other up. No one really supports each other. It's just a lot of phoniness, But what do you guys think of the season thus far? Granted, the reunion has not aired yet. But what are your thoughts? What would you grade this finale? And then how would you grade the season overall? What were some standout moments to you? Besides Wendy and Mia, besides Candiace and Ashley, what were some memorable moments? Can't even talk. Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, follow, do all that jazz. Catch you on the next video.